Hey friends, let's talk about the guy who has marketed himself as an Indigenous rights advocate, but is also the guy who is behind the Alberta separatist movement that Indigenous people say could, blow up treaty rights. Meet Jeff Rath. He's been a lawyer for 30 years. He's done constitutional law, treaty law, which is impressive, I guess, because you would think after 3 decades, you would know that treaties are with the federal crown, not provinces. But he is, for lack of a better term, the legal brain behind the Alberta Prosperity Project. Now, this is the group that can't decide if Alberta should be an independent country, be the 51st state, or just be, emotionally unavailable for Canada. It's less of a movement right now and just more of like a mood board. Now, he's gone on American media, met with US officials, because when your plan makes absolutely no sense constitutionally, of course you're going to outsource validation to Fox News. But here's the scammy parts. Jeff Rath has marketed himself as an Indigenous rights advocate. Treaty cases, Supreme Court wins, the whole trust me bro, I'm an ally type energy. Meanwhile, Indigenous leaders, scholars, and the actual experts are saying, what you're doing right now could actually weaken treaty protections because provinces don't actually have treaty making power. And that's not an opinion. It's just literally the same constitution he claims to specialize in. And while claiming he's an Indigenous ally, he's tried to actually take 20% of First Nations settlements. Like, we're talking millions and millions of dollars, and a judge had to step in and say, absolutely not. Nothing says Indigenous prosperity like a lawyer reaching into Indigenous pockets until a judge slaps your hand. He's also been reprimanded by the Law Society countless times. He currently has another hearing coming up. And personally, since this man, claims to love the rule of law so much, he was at the center of a paternity test where a child was found to be his, but he did not want to pay child support. So he tried to use a legal loophole for something that it's not meant for. And it even went to appeals court, and appeals court still shut him down and made him pay. And God forbid you try and ask this guy questions. He pulled a Trump-level temper tantrum when media asked him at an event about his US ties. He actually kicked out the media from that event. Listen, if hypocrisy was a natural resource, Jeff Rath wouldn't need separation. He'd already be rich. But that's who's behind this whole Alberta Prosperity Project.